Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Free Bridge Podcast. I'm your host, Brian, speaking, and I got the Felicos back on, and this time we're talking flicks.
Oh, yeah.
My man, Pots and Pans.
So, if everybody on Facebook saw our post, we are reviewing Last Action Hero starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do your Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Are you a farmer?
You
Here's
said
2
I'm fair.
acres. And then he kicks the guy 50 feet in the air.
Okay, we're going to get to this movie. This movie, all right.
I
I'm
just
going
want
to
to
say,
say, thank God it was the last
It's a great movie.
action hero.
I fucking love this movie.
Whoa. You don't
One of my favorite movies ever made. Ever made. I absolutely enjoyed the hell out of it. I
It's-
thought it was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
swept the Oscars, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if you don't know, if you haven't seen The Last Action Hero with
Don't.
Arnold. All right, I love the movie. I don't know about you guys. I thought this movie was
It depends on your
amazing.
expectations for the movie. If you're going into it just having a good time, have fun, watch a entertaining flick, it's the movie for you.
What were your
If you're
expectations?
expecting Oscars, we had that too. Oh, no doubt. It's in LA, it's in New York, it's everywhere.
So
I literally had
the
no
government
expectations
needs
and was still let down.
You were let down.
Oh,
What
Okay.
What didn't you like about the movie?
Chris,
I mean, the
everything.
movie didn't take itself serious at all,
Chris,
and
let
that's
me-
why I loved
Let
it.
me ask you a real question here. Would you rather the Ripper or Pennywise the Clown be in your room? That's a close call, right?
Does the
It's a
Ripper
close
have
call.
his axe?
He's got an axe and he's got a
he
kid.
wouldn't be the Ripper without
He's
it.
got a kid.
He could just have
It's
the kid.
somehow it's raining in the room.
I'd
He's got
rather
a
have him and the
raincoat
kid.
and he's got a kid. He's about to throw
You know
off
what?
the balcony.
He looks like Georgie after like grown up because he's wearing the yellow.
Oh my
he's
God.
Wearing, he's
Yeah.
Georgie.
I think he had one arm too, right?
I don't know if he had one.
He made it.
The one arm bandit.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now, and I'm looking at this movie,
Oh,
and
this
it
should be
has. So on Rotten Tomatoes, this movie had 34%.
Wow.
Didn't
That's
see that coming.
But
That's-
guess what the audience score gave it? Also 46%.
Yeah.
So
Well, no. So you said 34.
34, and the audience had 46%.
He's saying it's crap.
The audience equally did not like this movie. I don't know what's wrong with the audience. I think this movie was damn near a masterpiece.
Drastically low.
Yeah, strongly disagree with
If
that.
it's not above an 85, I don't even want to hear what it says.
I feel better now knowing that there's less Brians out there.
Oh, you know what? At least the Bryans have this gem.
If you're looking to laugh, this is the movie. for
Honestly,
you.
what did we drank? You guys had your Tito's. I had my
I
my
had
bourbon.
Absolute.
You had Absolute,
Absolute.
and Matt had Tito's, and I had my
A man's
Boyman.
best friend.
Now I'm the only one that drank from Doc's, right? The bourbon is from Doc's
Yeah.
wine.
That's under their Black Dirt Bourbon.
Yeah,
Line.
little plug in there, huh?
Look at that.
All right, hold
like,
on a
share,
second.
and subscribe.
It's like a
All right,
mix.
so this is what Rotten Tomatoes, what it says on Rotten Tomatoes. So this is what this is unbelievable. So the movie info on Rotten Tomatoes says Arnold Schwarzenegger appears as a pumped up Shakespearean hero while an announcer bellows, "Something is rotten in Denmark." And Hamlet is taking out the trash. This guy sets the stage for the postmodernist action epic, The Last Action Hero. The film concerns Danny Madigan. I don't even know this kid's last name, played by Austin O'Brien.
I know your name is Danny Madrigal.
How
do you know
It sounds like you're saying mannequin.
Can't they just made him? Can't he just have Danny McBride, just like
Just
the
call
regular?
him-
It's Danny McBride playing himself.
Let's call him Danny M.
So it says he's a lonely 11-year-old boy who escapes from his bleak New York City reality by glory. Oh my God! Do you remember the way he grows up?
Yeah.
So the kid, so the movie starts off with. Can we talk about the beginning? And I'll continue reading more.
Oh,
of the
we can
plot.
absolutely talk about
Okay, so this is how the movie starts. The movie starts with a bunch of cops like surrounding an elementary school. Okay, that I remember. Huh?
Lincoln Elementary.
Lincoln Elementary School, and
It's
the
beautiful.
one. What's the name of the one cop? He's like the commissioner or something, and he's like, "God damn it!
Oh,
we wanna
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
do
yeah. Carl Winslow, right?
Wait, that was a school in the beginning?
It's
Yeah.
it's an elementary school.
At
So
nighttime?
yeah.
Yeah, and someone's on the roof.
So here's the thing: they're just like behind their cars, and they're like, "Oh, we got a situation going on," and then bullets just fly down and shoot up their cars, and they're like, "Oh, duck!" And then bullets. It's just somebody spraying machine gun fire.
It was like Dick Tracy with those little machine guns.
And then you see the guy. They look up. They're like, "Oh, look up on the roof,"
I got you, see?
And then-
Put your hands up.
and you see a dead body just fall off the roof, land on the floor, and then a machine gun gets thrown off the roof with him.
AKA a car dummy.
Yeah. And the cops are like, "Oh no, how are we gonna stop him?" And just when everything seems like it's all gonna fail, then you cue in Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you look up in the back, and you see all the police cars, and you see him wearing
Tight jeans.
tightest
and-
jeans ever.
Yeah.
He might as well be wearing like the magic pants that girls wear today.
He's got fantastic calves
Beautiful
up and
legs,
back.
Great
gorgeous legs, man. He works them out. And then he's wearing snakeskin boots.
I had a
Yeah.
pair of those in
Cowboy
kindergarten.
boots. He's got his awesome leather jacket, and he's smoking a cigar. It's lit. He's like, "Let's go." He's walking on the cop cars, and the cops are like, "What the hell is he doing?" And he's like, he's got his gun out, like, "All right, I'm ready to save the day." And then he's like, "God damn it, Jack! What did I tell you? I told you you're not going in that building. The last time you went into a building, people lost limbs." Or something stupid like that. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then Tina Turner's in it. That was Tina Turner, right?
Yeah, it was.
Tina Turner is the mayor of what, I don't know, the mayor's there, and also some other guy. What was the name of the other? The other guy's like a governor, and he's like, "Oh, hi, I'm the governor," and he like punches him in the face. He's like, "Get out of my way, governor."
And then the guy from the Truman Show.
Oh yeah, the guy from the Truman Show who plays
His best
Harry
friend.
Truman's best friend.
Oh, yeah.
The
Not
commissioner's
Harry
like,
Truman.
Huh?
Was it Harry? Not Harry Truman.
oh, I don't, no,
said
Harry
Harry.
Truman's I think he's a president.
He was the former president.
I think his name is just
That's
Truman.
pretty close.
Truman something.
Truman Fletcher? Oh, no,
Truman.
Fletcher was Liar Liar.
Yeah. I don't know. Jim Carrey.
yeah,
He's Jim
Jim
Carrey's
Carrey.
friend
Yeah,
in the Truman
Jim
Show.
Carrey's friend. The ginger.
Yeah. And the guy's like, he says, "Hey, I need you to go around back and set a perimeter." And he's like, "You got it, chief." And that's it. That's his role in the movie. That's all he does. So that's how the movie starts. I don't even, and
6 years from now, I'll be in the Truman Show.
all right,
That's
so
what
I'm going to continue reading on. So it says, so the film concerns Danny Madigan, or whatever the hell his last name is. He's a
Danny
lonely
M.
11-year-old
referring to him.
in a bleak New York City. And he's like, by glorying in the action-adventure movies of his favorite film character, Jack Slater, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny's friend is an elderly movie projectionist. And this guy's like really old. He's got to be like 80 years old in this movie. And like this, I don't know how old.
And
At
he's not
least
even a
75.
projectionist.
He's asleep on the
Just
job.
sleep on the wheel.
So like that, like the climax is about to happen. And- oh, that's what happens. So he goes to the roof
Yes.
of the elementary school, and then the Ripper is there with all the kids, and he's like,
His
"Oh,
son.
yeah, and his
Yep,
son
and
is
son.
there, and his son's there, and he's like, "Oh, I know which one's your son,
Jack
Jack."
Slater 3. Everybody knows that.
This is Jack Slater 3, by the way. And Danny's
Jack,
watching
you
it.
could have back all the kids except one.
I'm gonna kill this
one.
And then Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, he's like, "Drop your gun," and he drops his first gun. He's like, "Come on, Jack. We all know you got more
Jack,
guns."
we've been down this road before. All right, hold on. Let me put the arsenal down.
And then he opens his.
Here's
He's like,
my knife.
he pulls out a knife from his sleeve,
You're
and he
like,
pulls out more guns. He comes pulling them out of his ankles, and then you see more. Like you just see the pile in
Like
front of his
15
feet.
guns.
Then he's like, Jack. And he's like, oh, pulls the bazooka out of his ass.
Yeah. And then
I forgot my grenade launcher.
and then he's like, "All right, now let's play." And he's about to like murder, and he goes, "Oh wait, I forgot this weapon. I don't know if you counted it as a weapon." And he pulls out the grenade, and then he throws the grenade over.
Without the pin.
He
Yep.
takes the pin out and he throws the grenade at his son's feet, and he's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do now?" I'm like, "Is this real? He's
The
gonna
Ripper
kill
goes-
all the kids on this rooftop."
How dare you try to throw that little toy?
He's like, "You think I'm dumb? Pick the kid. Hey kid, pick up that
I'd be
grenade."
real flattered if you were going to kill your kid with me, but I don't think so, Jack.
That is actually the line. That
Oh my
might
God.
be the line that he
was
says.
in the bathroom at the time too.
He heard it all the way
I
from back
remember
there.
I was like 8.
I didn't see you there, man.
And so the grenade happens to be a knife. He pushes
Yeah.
a button.
He gives his son the look
yes.
like, hit the button.
and then and he puts the knife comes out and he stabs the Ripper And then the Ripper starts. He's like, ugh.
Instead of smacking the kid, he throws the axe at Jack.
Yes, throws the axe, the Matrix move.
Oh, that's right. So he gets stabbed, and the Ripper's like, "Damn it!" And he throws him like the axe, and it's going flying. And you see Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, "Oh, I'll just." And now here's the thing: if you actually look where he's standing, the trajectory of that axe, he jumps into the trajectory.
Yeah, he jumps into its way.
Yeah. And then he goes, now I'll dodge it. And it misses his face.
He could have let it just go past him and then go, oh, game's over, Jack.
And it barely misses his face. And he's like, oh, it's a close shave or something.
Definitely does Pilates.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger, his body is a work of art.
I used to live in Libya.
You could throw
Now I do Pilates.
And then, so now he throws the axe. And he misses him, and he goes, no! And he starts falling off the roof. But he's like, oh, I'll just grab the kid with me, and I'll pull him out with me.
No, Jack grabs the gun, shoots him, and he's like, good, I killed him. And then he takes his son down with him, and then it goes out of focus.
Yes, that's right.
Because
yelling, all the guns that he dropped on the floor.
Climax! Focus! Climax is out of focus!
Yes. So the movie loses its focus, and the kid runs upstairs like, what are you doing? Now, as he's running up the stairs.
One job!
Did
There's
you notice?
graffiti everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was graffiti on the concession stand.
Restrooms to the right.
Yeah. Oh, the guy at the concession stand's like, oh,
Yeah.
Doesn't even know where he is.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, the film projector's at. Never mind.
They're like really trying to drive home that this kid lives in a shitty
In a
neighborhood.
post-apocalyptic New York.
Yeah, it looks
where
like
no one knows what they're doing.
Kurt Russell was in the background. Did you guys see that?
Surfing.
And so he goes up and he's like, oh, you got to fix this movie. And he's like falling asleep with a newspaper on his face. And he's like, oh, I have a job. Let me just fix the projection.
Danny, believe it or not, I used to be very good at this job. I don't remember when, but it was at some point.
And then somehow Houdini goes into
Oh,
the
because
plot.
like the kid. So after the movie's over, he says, so the movie's over. He's like, oh, I never usually did that. You know, I didn't always want to be a projectionist. And he's like, really? What'd you want to be? He's like, I always wanted to be a magician like Houdini. But I couldn't be a magician because my tiny hands. And it's like
my
hands look
were
normal.
too small. And then he whips out a ticket using a magic trick using nothing but his hands. And you're like, oh, they look pretty sufficient to me.
He's like, I don't know how to do magic. Look, check this out. And he starts doing the most craziest magic.
Here, grab my strong hand.
And he says, all right, so this
I got a golden ticket.
Is that when he gives him the ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when he gives him the ticket. So he has a magic ticket.
What the hell is this, Nick?
Who gave him the ticket? Was Houdini?
Yeah, Houdini gave him the ticket.
Houdini gave him that ticket because the guy's like at least 1,000 years old.
Yeah. So I looked it up. He died in 1926. So the guy was at least 75. At least.
Yeah, because that movie was what, 94?
93.
Actually, I haven't read
It was
it.
93 or 94.
It was 93.
This movie came out in 1993.
Yeah, so
93.
that guy's like 900 right now.
Last
Yeah, so
action
he's-
hero, man. That guy's definitely dead.
Yeah, so 1926
He's
he
definitely
died. So you figure at the time he's at least like 6 or 7.
He's
You're not
Well, like
remembering
Louis C.K.
some-
says, that guy looked like he was at least forever.
Oh
But
yeah.
how about the line? He's like, he gave me the ticket and I just never had the courage to use it.
What kind of a
This
bullshit?
is the first time I'm meeting a fiction character.
No, that is the line where he goes,
Spoiler alert.
you'll have to excuse me. I've never met someone fictional before.
That's what he says when he sees
Yeah.
Slater at the end.
No shit.
So we're jumping right now. All right, so he gives him the golden ticket that he got from Houdini.
And this wasn't Willy Wonka.
He goes home, and his mom's like, where were you? I was looking for you. He's like, shut up, Mom. I was at the movies or something. And she's like, I can't keep lying to your
No.
principal about
Is
this.
it?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
that's what she says.
He's like, I can't keep lying to your principal about you going to watch movies.
I'm on the PTA. I can't be lying to principals.
Yeah.
Wait, when does he get mugged by Lane Stanley?
After that,
She's
she's getting ready to go
Or
to work.
Staley, right?
No, she goes to work.
Staley, yeah.
So she goes to work, and then he's about to go to watch the movie, the next movie that's coming out, because the old guy's like, hey, come tomorrow. I got a special clip of that movie. We can watch it together.
If I bring my glasses.
So apparently he has his hands on the new movie. What's it called? Jack Slater 4.
Jack Slater 4.
He just watched Jack Slater 3. He watched his kid die.
For the 6th time.
Yeah, he saw it 6 times. He's like, I don't need to see the ending. I saw it 6 times already. I just wanted to come up here and say, what's going on with you,
So maybe
buddy?
that was the 7th.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
say you're doing a terrible job up here.
And so he goes back to the movie theater, and he's like, here's the ticket that Houdini gave me, and he rips it. He's like, here's your stub. I'll keep this one. And so now he's got half of that awesome ticket. So he's watching the movie, And oh my god! So on this one, it's like Slater, like with Jack Slater 4 starts,
It's beautiful.
and it starts like from like it's panning from the ocean,
From
and
the
it's going,
ocean to
and
this
it,
mansion
Oh
on
my
the
God.
cliff.
and then the guy, his name is Frank. He's like, "Hey, I know you know what Jack knows because you're his second cousin and you're his favorite cousin, aren't you?" And he's like, "That's right, I am his favorite second cousin."
his age.
And he's like, "Yeah, he's like 80 years old, and his face is
Well,
all
you think about it,
bloodied."
your second cousin would be your parents' first cousin, so you would be older.
He would be
Or
older.
you could be the older cousin. They could be younger.
Could be Ron Burgundy, yeah.
And so he's like,
Either way.
"What did he
the
want to
guy was
know?"
old.
I didn't even remember.
No,
what
he didn't want to know anything. He wanted him to make it seem like he wanted to know something. He wanted to plant the idea that they were having the two crime families come together because he knew he would tell Jack.
What
And then the kid's
hell?
sitting there and knowing they're gonna kill him. And he's like, "You're gonna pay. Oh, you're gonna pay."
And then
He's like eating popcorn, like, "Oh yeah, Jack Slater's he's on the case." And then
the guy with one glass eye.
Tywin Lannister. Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones is in this movie, and he's got a glass eye, and he's got a great shot.
Red eye.
He's got a red eye.
And
Like-
happy face.
So like, what does it show?
So on the side that he has the glass eye, somehow he shoots this little target right next to his head.
And he's not looking. He's like drinking tea, and he's like, "Oh, just fire my gun."
And the old guy that he hates is like, see, if he wanted to shoot you, he could. Because he hit that little target right next
And he's like, "Shut up, you Sicilian
Great.
idiot."
Yes, exactly.
Yes, great character.
And the guy's
development.
like, what? Nothing.
Tywin Lannister's
Did I
like-
say that out loud?
Okay, so so then it goes to like it shows these cops. They're like going, like the next scene is these cops are going to this house, and they're like, "This doesn't look like a crack house." They're in like a beautiful neighborhood, and they're like, "What do you expect?"
Two guys to be outside in the front yard throwing coke around.
And he's like, "A good point." So they start walking to the house.
Dude, it's like the only house right near downtown LA.
Yeah.
I know it's
It
downtown
is one
LA.
house by itself.
It's beautiful, and they're like, "There's a
Nice
crack house."
backdrop.
This is my cousin Frank's house.
We got
Let me knock on the door.
He says we got a tip.
The only pills you'll find in there is Tylenol, and you're gonna need it if you knock on the door.
Aspirin, right?
Aspirin,
Yeah, because Arnold shows up with groceries in his
Yeah.
hands. He's like, "Hey, this is my my favorite second cousin's house."
Yeah.
He says that line with the groceries. And he's like, "What are you doing?"
I come here every Tuesday.
And it was two full grocery bags. It looked like lettuce was on top of both of them. now.
Which looked like two little toy bags
Oh
to
my
him.
god!
Yeah.
And
So
so
big.
he goes to the house and he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, something does smell fishy." Then he pulls out his gun and he's about to kick the door down. And
Let
he's
me
like,
try the doorknob.
He's like, "Hold on, let me open it." And he opens the
Yeah.
door, and there's Frank. Frank, his second cousin. He's tied to a chair, and he's like, "Frank, what's going on?"
The best is he looks kind of around first. Meanwhile, he's right in front of the door.
Yeah,
kind of
he's
like,
like, "What?
Frank,
Oh.
are you here? Oh,
Oh,
Frank.
you just popped into the frame. There you are. And then he's like, "Who did this to you?" And he's like, Jack,
I got
listen to
something
me."
very important to tell you, but time is limited because I'm about to run out of air. The two families are together. I've
And he
checked
just
out.
dies. He makes like this weird face. He just opens his mouth and he's like he's about to take a dick. He's like, "Oh," and Jack's like, "No, we're not doing that right now." Then he grabs like
later.
Meanwhile, he's got barely any scratches on him. He's not
Yeah.
bleeding. He's got a couple of
the guy's got like a hangnail, and he's like, "Oh, I'm dead."
Was that the guy doing the projector? It looked
I thought
exactly
that
the
was.
same.
I thought that was him. I'm like,
They
I'm
tried to
confused.
save money. They're like, "Hey, you want new rolls?"
I felt like I was watching like The Matrix and Inception because this is a movie. You said this is a movie within a movie.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then,
But
so-
also Willy Wonka, Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Because
oh, the
that's
golden
actually
ticket.
a
That's
movie
right.
within a movie.
and then
within
Burt
a
Wonderstone
movie.
because the magician.
Okay. All right. So,
It's a movie within a movie within a movie within a movie.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
within Arnold
It's,
Schwarzenegger.
it's Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
In a
yes,
movie.
it was. I'm the guy playing a dude disguised as another dude.
I'm the dude playing a dude.
Oh, that's the line. I
dude,
suck
yeah.
at that. I'm not good. Sorry, Robert Downey Jr.
All right, are we
What you
just,
mean, we-
let's spoil this film, baby.
Hold on. You want me to go back to reading this stuff?
I don't think we have to.
I guess not. It
Not
was a
that
good. It was a
fair.
funny.
Okay, so
Who said unfair?
34% Rotten Tomato, 46%
Strongly
by the
disagree.
audience.
Strongly. Oh, and who else is in it? Sonya Blade, or what's her name in Billy Madison?
Veronica
Oh,
Vaughn.
Veronica Vaughn's in this movie, and my God, she's hotter than ever.
1846.
Oh, you mean Meredith
That
Candace?
is-
She is a hot tamale. I know from experience.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't. No, but I do know a guy. Him and her got it on.
No, they
No,
didn't.
Yeah, but you can imagine.
All right, Chris, what do you think about the movie?
You know, when I was bashing on it a little bit, maybe too hard.
If you look at it for what it's worth, the movie is.
You know what it is? I think
Masterpiece.
it's just too long. For what it is, it's too long.
It is long.
It is drawn out.
That movie
I mean,
dragged a
2
bit.
hours and 10 minutes for something that's not going to the Oscars is a little bit much.
Can I say one thing though? The writers really went all in on this because there was a lot of jokes that they put in this movie
did.
where I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that was a well thought out joke. Like when he's like, when Jack Slater walks into his new apartment that he just got, and he's like, hold on 1 second. He goes in his bedroom and he shoots at the closet, and he's like, what are you doing? And he opens the closet and there's a dead henchman there. How did you know there's somebody in there? There's always somebody in there. I was like, and then they have a conversation about like, I got to tell you about my problems, man. I'm just getting really frustrated with my job and my life. And there's a dead body in the middle of the room. The kid's like, oh, I'm a kid.
No, there's nothing better than when he's trying to convince him he's in a movie and he's just like, this is nonsense, kid, as he's getting out of the pit tar pool.
Yeah, there's
and he's like wiping it off with a little baby napkin, which is already unbelievable. And then his daughter shows up in a Ford Bronco raised
Oh my
up,
God.
and she's like, hi, Dad. I heard you were here. Just thought you could use some clothes.
And then he's like, don't you think this is a little too convenient? He's like, look, kid.
My
it's
daughter
okay.
loves me.
It's a movie.
It's
No,
okay.
dude.
I thought you said this is a movie.
Oh my god, the best part of the movie is when they go back to New York. They go to do chicken.
Okay, so there's a. All right, we're gonna jump to the end. There's a part in this
Have
movie.
you ever seen The Big Lebowski when he's smoking weed?
He went to the garbage bin.
Yes, and they wrecks him in the garbage pail. Or Sideways,
Yes.
when they're looking to frame the accident. And he just hits it into the tree. It's exactly like that, but better.
So there's a scene where they get out of the movie world, and in the real world, the kid's telling him, "Look, Jack, you're in the real world now.
Yeah.
The rules are different. You could die." And so he's driving, and he catches up with the henchmen, and they're playing chicken. They did that earlier in the movie,
Yeah.
and he won. But now they're in the real world, and he's like, "Jack, you're gonna get yourself killed." And he goes, "Get out of the car. I'm gonna do this." And then he goes and plays chicken, and they just it's just a straight up head-on
The
collision.
kid's like,
Oh my god.
Oh my God, Jack, you're dead.
Jack.
he did not have a seatbelt in the 1973 Lincoln or something.
He's a
No,
Mercury.
it was
He's in a
Ford
Mercury,
Taurus.
98
It was a Ford
Mercury.
Taurus.
Oh, it's a Ford Taurus?
Ford Taurus.
It was something.
Oh,
It was
wow.
something that didn't have a seatbelt, and he knew it
He
didn't
said,
have a
he's
seatbelt.
like, it's a 97 Ford, no, an 87 Ford Taurus.
Well, he said they
So
were the
all
Ford
those
Taurus.
years at the academy were worth it.
He he said,
But that's not the best part of the movie.
what's your favorite part?
Best part is when the kid is in the movie world and he's chasing
Oh, with the
everyone on
bicycle.
a little girl's bicycle.
Yes.
And
Oh,
he's
my
like,
God.
thinking he's robbing the Batman. He's like, I'm gonna get him. And he's like,
Oh,
wait
and
a
then
sec-
the
and
truck
he's-
shows
he's-
up.
He's going head on playing
He's go-
chicken
oh my
with a
God.
bicycle. And he's like,
I'm the
wait a
sidekick.
second. I'm a comedic sidekick. Holy shit. I'm a comedic sidekick. This isn't gonna work. Holy shit. And he gets derailed off the road, hits a curb, and somehow this curb sends him 900 feet in the air. He jumps 3 houses, lands on a roof. Oh!
And it looked like E.T.
He looks like E.T. passed the moon.
'Cause there's a huge
and then
moon.
goes into a tree and is like crippled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somehow he jumped to Beverly Hills. I don't know how.
Dude, the amount of needless murdering that he does in this movie, and he's just like, he drops so many puns. Oh my God, we didn't even say the best part of the movie.
What's the most?
the best part?
What was the most senseless and pointless thing to put in the movie?
All right, I got it. Right? It's just this happens at the beginning of the movie.
The character, Nick.
No, there's a bad guy, and he says to the guy, he's like, "Are you a farmer?"
Oh my God. No, that's the best. That's the best part of the film.
say the line.
Are you a farmer? Well, he has 2 acres. Ah! And then he kicks the guy and he throws him like 50 feet in the air.
He says 2 acres and kicks the guy, goes fucking flying across
That's
the whole
not the
city.
part, though.
I still don't even get the
Do you
reference, though.
remember when the kid's going to leave to go to the movies, and he sees like someone going down the hallway, so he shuts the door and he's like, "All right, I gotta wait for that crackhead. He's gonna leave."
Oh, so he's
Okay,
outside
and
of his
then
apartment.
I'm gonna outside the
Yeah,
apartment.
yeah.
And then he's leaving the apartment. The next thing you know, Lane Staley from Alice in Chains is robbing him.
Yeah. Oh my God, that guy looked like a heroin addict.
He
He,
definitely
looked like
was an
Rocket
addict.
Raccoon if he turned into a human being.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then he was mad at him. He's like, he puts him in his bathroom. He's
yeah.
like, "Are you trying to tell me you don't have any money or jewelry or even a television? what kind of kid are you?
I got a half-broken VCR. I'm not even gonna get anything for this.
He's inconvenienced
but also-
for robbing him instead of the kid being inconvenienced that he's being robbed. He's like, you fucking asshole, I'm out of here. And
Like
then
a
just
real lawyer.
yeah.
So the crackhead gives him a knife, turns his back, and tells him to stab him. And the kid didn't stab him.
Oh
remember?
yeah, that's right. He says,
happens
"Here's."
twice in the
He
movie.
puts the knife down. He's like,
Yeah.
go for it, kid." And he turns around. He's like, "Oh, you could." This movie is just
It's amazing.
this is
But then
ridiculous.
he goes to the police department, follows the police report, and they're basically like, "Yeah, we're never gonna catch him, kid. So just get out of here." And then goes and sees the movie.
What about the part when they go into like a Blockbuster, and the kid's like, "You're an action star. I'll prove it to you."
Oh.
And he's like, "Where's-"
Sylvester Stallone, the Terminator?
He was so
great in that movie.
He says the
Terminator
girl.
2, Judgment Day.
He says the girl like,
Judgment Day,
"Where's all the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies?" He's like, "Foreign films are over there."
They know the action
No,
film.
the action movies. Look at this billboard. Oh God, it's Rocky.
It's a picture of
he was in it.
It's a picture of the Terminator, but they just slapped Sylvester
Sylvester
Stallone's
Stallone's
face
face
on him. And he's like, he's a great actor. I loved him in that movie. He's so versatile.
That's his best one. Then he's like, "What's your phone number here?" She's like, 555-5555. But what about this phone number? 555-5551.
And then he's like, you think anybody that attractive would be working at a Blockbuster? And she's like super hot. And then she's like, oh, thanks. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, nice job getting that girl's digits. I'm like, wait a minute, this is amazing.
You're right. You should be coming out.
Did she say 555?
Remember the kid? He's like,
If every phone number in LA started with 555, there'll only be blah blah blah.
what did he say? Like 9,000 or
9,000
900,000
something. Like he says the
900
most
he's like,
exact number.
900,000 phones. How many people live in LA?
8 million.
And then he's,
He's like, that's what area codes are for.
yeah, he says what area codes are for. And he's like, oh, God damn it. And he walks
And
out.
I thought, wow, that's a good point.
amazing
Nailed
movie.
it.
Just a fun, like,
Oh,
What a-
okay, so if you're looking for something ridiculous to watch, this is the film
I mean,
for you.
Tywin Lannister's in it, and he's the bad guy.
It's better than a 34%.
And he's got a glass eye.
You have to know what you're getting into.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, if you go in there thinking you're going to watch a legit movie,
I mean, did it with
34% may actually be high.
Dude, there's a lot of scenes where, like, wow, that was pretty violent. Like when Sonya Blade or Veronica Vaughn is getting slapped around, and she's like,
Yeah.
and then she finally goes, that was a big mistake.
Yeah.
Then she kicks him in his nuts, throws him over the bed. He goes head first into like the bookcase. Then she jumps, lands on the back of his neck, and snaps his neck, and
with
she
her
goes,
legs.
eat that. And I'm like, that was extremely violent. If I was a child, I'd be traumatized
I
a bit.
saw that in the movie theater.
I actually, watching it now, I'm not going to lie, I kind of got a little...
Oh,
I felt a little something
Don't-
going down.
don't
I'm
say
like, did she just land on his neck and snap it?
That was my pride breaking for having watched the film.
She's goddamn it, she's so sexy. Mike, what's another? Give me another favorite part. Give me another part that you thought in the movie needs to be talked about. Because for me, there's
I
a
know one.
litter box.
I've got
of them.
one. When Odd Job,
Odd Job's in this movie, by
Odd
the
Job's
way.
in this movie,
Genghis
and
Khan.
He just shows up out of nowhere.
so
You just
so
answers the
what's
door.
the villain's name in the movie?
Tywin Lannister.
Which
All right,
one?
so yeah,
Oh, and the
Tywin
Ripper?
Lannister.
You talk about the Ripper?
No, Tywin Lannister.
Tywin Lannister.
He shoots
Red
the
Eye.
Sicilian guy, Red Eye, whatever. He shoots
Yeah.
him in the pool. He's like, I do the 360. And he's like, it's a 180, you moron. Shoots him in the head.
Oh, because that guy keeps saying
Right, keeps
things
saying-
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Everything
If I
he
did it
says is wrong.
360, I'd be back in the same place I am right now.
Trust me. Bam.
And then-
Shoots him in the head. And then starts cleaning off his gun, sits down, pours himself some scotch. And then all of a sudden, Odd Job's up in the background, up on the steps. He's like, does anyone need... What does he say?
he just says, hey, what was that? And he
No,
goes,
he says,
Just throwing some boomerang
No.
top hat.
he's like, do the floors need mopping? And he's like, no, but the pool could use a little bit of tidying.
yes, could use a little bit of your expertise. And then he's like, okay, I'll get right on it. Oh,
I'll
the
go
boss
do
is
the
dead.
laundry. I'll go do the laundry.
That was a great part. I love when Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the movie. So when
He's in the whole movie. It's his movie.
no. When I'm talking about when
real-
Jack
Oh, when he meets
Slater.
him?
So Jack
Yeah.
Slater gets out of the movie and he's in the real world and they're doing the premiere of this movie. And guess who's at the premiere? But Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. And they meet each other.
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh my God, you're great. You look so good. You look just like me." Oh, boo. And he's like, "Stop talking to me."
When you're back in town, you should get my phone number.
he's like,
I hate you.
he's like, I
Dude,
don't,
no,
I don't like
you
you.
ruined my life.
But the best part of the movie is when the Ripper's agent goes up to him and says, you think Jack Nicholson would be in a Joker outfit?
Hold on, you gotta
Show
at
up
the
at
premiere. You gotta
premiere.
set
I don't
that
think
up.
so. I don't think so.
You gotta set it up first. So first,
Set it up.
They're at the red carpet, and they're doing the premiere for this movie, and you see all the guys that are in the movie just start showing up, Now the Ripper was taken out of the movie by Tywin Lannister because he had the
golden
ticket.
ticket.
He has the ticket, and he's like, "Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go to Jack Slater 3, and I'll take out the Ripper because he's awesome." So he took the Ripper out. Now the real Ripper, who's from the movie, is walking on the red carpet, and there's these two reporters like, "Oh, look, it's blah blah blah. Who plays the Ripper? Dressed as the Ripper."
Tom something.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hi, oh my God, how are you doing?" He's like, hello? And he's like, "Well, what are you going to do tonight? Why are you dressed up?" He's like, "I was thinking about maybe killing some people."
Yes,
and they're like, "He's so funny, isn't he?" "I know, he's living the greatest life." And they high five.
No, he goes, "I'd start with your
designer.
Oh, your
Yeah.
designer. That's right.
Yeah.
He says, "I'll start with your designer," because he's wearing the Ripper clothes, which is just, he looks like Georgie from It. If you don't know that movie or the reference, he's wearing a
rain slicker."
Yeah, rain slicker, and he's got the chain link shirt underneath, and then he's got an axe.
He looks like he should have been in Hamlet.
Dude,
minus
that
the
guy was
raincoat.
terrifying,
Beautiful.
horrifying guy, and he's like, "I'm just gonna go kill somebody now. Bye."
I don't know. I think about killing.
And then they're like, "Hey,
But then
who
the
are
actor
you?"
that plays him in that movie is
Shows
on the red
up.
carpet, and they're like,
Tommy?
weren't you just dressed up like that creeper?"
See, it's moments like that where I'm like, these writers are amazing. Like, they wrote this stuff. I would be having fun. Can you imagine us going over like, "Oh my God, we should do a scene where Arnold meets Jack Slater," and they're like, "Oh, I fucking hate you."
Well, we kind of were doing that at lunch today.
What do you mean?
We were writing the scene for my movie.
Oh, that's right. Because Chris has got a new movie he's going to be making, and we were adding
Well,
to
I
it.
haven't made any movies, but
That's true.
I just write them and then
I mean, you're
people
writing the
piss on them,
screenplay.
and then nothing happens.
We're going to promote that on the podcast. That'll be the next movie we review. But back to The Last Action Hero. I mean, remember the part? So one of the crime bosses passed away, and they're at his funeral. And at the funeral, he's got a
Leo the
bomb.
fart.
Yeah.
Leo
Oh
fart.
my God. So he's like, what does he say? Tywin Lannister is the one that says this. He's like, he's gonna. Oh my God. No, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the one that says it. Tywin Lannister pulls his finger.
for the last time.
Because he's like, oh, they're not gonna do bombs.
Not Arnold though. Jack Slater.
Jack Slater's like, oh, they're gonna do a bomb or something, and then Danny's like, Danny says, "There's already been a whole bunch of bombs in this movie. They can't do another bomb." And he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be some kind of poisonous gas." And then he's like, "He's gonna pass gas for the last time." They were just building to that stupid ass line. I laughed so hard when he said that. And then Tywin Lannister goes over
To start the clock.
and he pulls the
Pulls the
guy's
guy's
finger, and it starts the clock for like, he's like, "All right, 10 minutes and counting," and he walks away. I'm like, this is
Amazing.
ridiculous.
Flawless.
Now there's guys that, what was the name of that one guy who from Amadeus? He killed Mozart and Amadeus. That's the running gag in the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So if you
his
saw
name
the
now.
movie Amadeus, there's a guy that kills Mozart in that movie, and that same guy that plays that guy is in this movie. He's playing another guy, but apparently he's best friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the kid goes, Jack Slater, and he says, "Oh, that guy's bad. He killed Mozart." And Jack Slater's like, "Who the hell is Mozart?" He's like, "You didn't see Amadeus?"
Oh yes.
And he's like, "What are you talking about, kid?"
Are you talking about what's his name in the movie? Practice is his name in the movie. I don't know the actor's name.
His name is Practice in the movie.
He Practice. I'm sure it's his last name because cops
I
call
think it
each
was
other
John
by last name.
Practice.
Wow.
It was Practice.
John?
In which movie? In
In the movie that they're in,
Last
Jack
Action
Slater
Hero.
world,
Jack
his
Slater
name is
4.
Practice because he goes Practice, and he's like Slater because you know how cops call each other by their last
Oh,
names.
that's right. Yeah, that is true. Those stupid cops. And
whoa,
then
whoa,
Don't talk about that.
I'm talking about these cops in the movie.
In the movie,
The cops in the movies are
Let's
always
keep it
like,
there.
boo, boo, boo.
No, Carl Winslow.
Blue Lives Matter.
Now, so the guy is like, he's saying he's the bad guy. And at the end of the movie, or at that part where like there's the bomb, Jack Slater's like, "Oh, listen, there's gonna be a bomb. That guy, he's got a bomb strapped to him." He's like, "Oh my God, all right, let's take the back road." They go around this elevator shaft, and then there's just nothing. And he goes, "Come on, you knew there was no staircase. Who do you work for?" And he goes, "Oh, Jack, you got me." And he pulls the gun out, and then the kid comes out, and he's like, "Oh, Jack, you told me to stay somewhere, but I didn't. I'm behind you." And then he saves the day, and then he's like, "Look at you, you started monologuing," and then all of a sudden, "Oh, you should take your own advice, kid." And then there's another mob. It was like every mob boss in the world is
He was
here.
a Sicilian that he shoots.
my
He's
God.
like, "You should take your own advice, kid."
Okay, so the last best part of this film. They attend the wake. Arnold Schwarzenegger pretends I'm a doctor and he grabs the dead guy.
He goes, we need a doctor. Doctor comes up to him.
Yes, okay.
So so what does he say? He says, "Oh my God, this guy's
man
still
is still
alive.
alive.
And then he takes
We need
it
a
out of the-
doctor. And the guy's like,
I'm a doctor.
he's like, oh, you're Dr. Jackie's gene.
So the doctor goes,
The doctor fainted. Somebody help the doctor.
he hits the doctor in the face with the dead body's head.
Yes.
And no one notices.
Everybody's like,
But he's not dead.
Is this
Crowd of
normal?
thousands. No one notices.
Crowd of thousands, yeah.
And-
They're on top of a skyscraper.
And then the
What are
kid
they doing
is
there, too?
he's operating the crane, and the
Yeah.
crane show this.
That
are you
was more
hearing
like a
this?
setting for like a rave, not a
Very-
funeral.
Very intricate.
I mean,
This film, yeah, it swept the Oscars. Everybody knows that.
I gotta find.
We got to wrap
All right,
up
so you
this
know what?
review.
Let's
wrap up this review.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. All right, so Matt, 5 stars rating. What are you giving it? Giving it what Felico rating?
If it's the type of film
Out of
you're
5?
looking for, if it's
Out
the
of
type
5.
of film you're looking for, I would say 4.5. As far as just overall film, 2.5.
Brian.
5 stars.
I-
I'm giving this 5
anyone
stars.
that didn't see that coming doesn't know Brian.
This movie is Oscar worthy.
Well, it swept the Oscars.
Can I say what Roger Ebert said? The pulse pounding, sizzling pull of Die Hard is absent. I hate you, Roger Ebert. Now this guy said, James Berardinelli. He said, even this intermixing of kid fantasy and adult shoot 'em up, Hollywood insider jokes and cheap Arnold puns doesn't completely bowl you over. It's clever and intriguing as well. I agree with him.
I think, like Matt said, if we're talking about, if you're looking for that type of
If you're
Brian,
looking for something absurd,
quote
it's
unquote Brian
4.5
movie,
easily.
This is a Brian movie.
I would
Oh
say,
my gosh.
I'd say it's a 4 out of 5.
It says your name.
If
written
it's just
all
we're
over
looking
it.
for a movie in general, I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 5.
Strongly disagree. This movie is 5 stars. If you watched The Last Action Hero and walked away not a better man, there's something wrong with you.
Oh no, I am a better man for knowing just how much better I am than you now for having watched it and not liked it versus you liking it.
something wrong with him, Medulla got it.
Listen, I'm probably gonna, as soon as this review's over, I'm going back over there and watching that again, and I'm gonna start acting out those scenes.
Oh my gosh! If you have any extra parts, please comment on this video.
Listen,
Any great parts that we forgot.
oh my god! All right, so
Maybe we should refilm it,
I would do
like
that.
Lethal Weapon 6.
Yo,
It's
I
always
was
sunny.
just about to say that. Yes,
Yeah.
shot by shot.
I
remake.
thought this
That's
movie
another thing
was a
that they did.
masterpiece. What?
They pretty much said, "I'm getting too old for this shit," like 3 times in the film.
They did say
Without
that.
saying
where
it,
the,
without
where the 2
saying
dead
it.
cops are in the tree and the kid
Yeah.
calls it watching the movie and he's like, 2 days till retirement.
What does the kid say before that? So the explosion happens.
He's
Yes.
all right. 2 cops both dead.
Yeah. Holy crap! This movie was ridiculous.
And
You know what? I'm gonna bump it up.
You spot on.
2 out of 5.
Yeah, and remember when Arnold like plays chicken with that truck,
Yeah.
and then the guy's in the dumpster, and you see his legs sticking out, and he like lights
Yeah.
his cigar. He lights a cigar with the dynamite and throws it in the trash can with him,
This
and,
is awesome.
and the guy dies. He kills him. He's like, whatever, kid, another day.
Welcome
life."
to Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm like, if you can watch that and not laugh,
Just be
hysterically.
careful. There's a bunch of Weinsteins out there. You don't want to get too close.
Yeah, within 5 minutes we were laughing.
I thought that movie was.
Dude, we were laughing at the opening credits.
The
The
first,
music. Brian's like, I wish they made movies like this
Yeah.
again.
I know, because it was just
it was like the
so
credits
epic,
inside
dude.
the credits inside the credits.
They don't make them like that anymore. All right, it's a shame.
All right, so Last Action Hero. So I think cumulatively, if we take into account Brian's 5 stars, Matt's 2.5, and my 2, we'll give it a solid 3 stars.
I'm bumping mine up to 6 stars out of 5.
Brian can't do that. So 3 out of 5 stars, everybody. Last Action Hero.
All right, so that was that's me and the Felicos talking flicks.
If you're looking for something ridiculous, this is the one for
How would you sell it to your friends if you were like, hey, listen, if you're looking to throw logic out the window and you just want to see explosions? Remember when he's shooting and he's like, I shot that car 4 times, why didn't it explode?
It's like playing Gran Turismo. Not Gran Turismo. What's the
Grand Theft Auto.
It's
Grand
like
Theft Auto.
playing Grand Theft Auto as a movie.
Yeah.
I would agree.
If that's not a recipe for amazing, with Arnold Schwarzenegger in there as well,
Yeah.
nonetheless, and Veronica Vaughn, and Tywin Lannister is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Come on, the perfect movie, the perfect storm. But anyways, I digress. That is our review of The Last Action Hero, talking flicks with me and the Felicos. See you next week, where we're gonna go over The Last Action Hero again. I'm gonna make us watch it every week. No, I'm not. I don't know. We'll
Where did you catch this time watching it? Well, when I actually got it, blah, 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 blah.
So I would say we're going to pick another movie and we'll put it out on Friday for everybody to see on Facebook. But if you guys can come up with a better suggestion than whatever we come up
Then
with,
the Last Action Hero again.
which is never going to happen. The movie's perfect.
Last Action 2.
The first
Final.
action hero.
Final.
Yeah, that's what I said. The
Final.
final action.
All right, guys. I love you. Bye. Say bye to them.
Deuces.
Bye.